Hello everybody, I am Angry Bird. We are back today with a new Steel Division 2 cast, Steel Division League Season 3, and two new faces to the casts and the channel today as well. Plenty of new faces recently, which I think kind of shows that Steel Division 2 has started to capture the heart of the community and is definitely attracting a lot more faces from elsewhere. These two players, I understand, are pretty much veterans of Steel Division Normandy and back now in Steel Division League for Steel Division 2. So fantastic to see players returning into the fray. Today we have Adler 3000 on the left hand side playing 20th Panzer on Vanguard income. He is up against Cadilakor on the right hand side in blue playing the 352nd Infantry on Maverick income. So Vanguard versus Maverick. It's been I think it's been a long time since I've seen a Vanguard versus Maverick matchup. Be interested in this one. So let's have a look at the two decks. Adler on the left playing the 20th Panzer on Vanguard. And he does have the Boyter Stalin in. The first thing I look for when I'm looking for a 20th Panzer deck. It's rare that you don't see it in, but I have seen players leave it behind in the past. Spanischer Ritter never used to take it when he played 20th Panzer. Let's have a look. What else do we have access to? Well, a lot of Panzer IV H's. Well, I say a lot. Actually, no, not that many. 10 Panzer IV H's and 6 Panzer T-34s. Actually, a distinct lack of armor for the 20th Panzer, which is kind of surprising, really. 79 infantry units. I mean, this is a pretty short deck, a pretty thin deck. Yeah, I mean, look at those MG42 cards. Two of them in A phase, one 1-star, one 2-star. Very A phase focused deck, this one. Does have those Pak 43s in C phase. He's going to need them to take out the Jagdpanthers. I guess the Pak 40s can also do the job, to be fair. So yeah, I think he's got enough to deal with those Jagdpanthers, unless it kind of goes out of control for him. He does have those Flak 41 88mm, he has the Ju 87 D5s, he has the Pak 40s, the Pak 43, so, and he's got the IS-2 to deal with an early one as well, so he does have options available to him. Let's have a look at Cadilakor's deck. He's on the right hand side in blue playing the 352nd Infantry on Maverick income. 99 units of infantry. I mean, it's not a great deal. He is on Maverick though, so he's going to want to be closing this game out, you know, by the 30-minute mark at the absolute latest. He does have Jagdpanthers, 1 in A, 2 in B, so he doesn't have those C-phase Jagdpanthers, only 3 on his side, so not too many for Adler to actually go through. And look at the tank tab, just 1 card of Stug 3Gs in B, only 10 tanks in total. I guess maybe actually Adler altered his deck because the 352nd notoriously don't get a lot of tanks, so maybe he altered his deck there to reduce the number of Panzers, Panzer IV H's. And yeah, I mean, it looks absolutely fine right now. He's only going to have to deal with 10 Stugs and 3 Jagdpanthers. I think artillery wise, a Nebel 41, we don't often see those Nebels, and a off map, the Bayo Kubel off map, we do often see those off maps. I think this game is going to be won and lost on Cadilakor's infantry and how he pushes early on in A and B phase with that infantry. I think he's going to play with a lot of infantry, and if he loses a lot of infantry early, I think he might struggle here. This is going to be very interesting. Let's head into the game, and we will remind ourselves on the left hand side in red we have Adler 3000 playing the 20th Panzer on Vanguard income, and on the right hand side in blue we have Cadilakor playing the 352nd Infantry on Maverick income. Looks like Cadilakor may well be able to overwhelm Adler in that central compound position. Just one MG08 covering the northern road, but I think that's going to be fine. If he actually manages to take down the Urzats, no. I think this is all going to get fought over the southern side, and it's pretty much a guarantee that Slutsk is generally going to get fought over this southern town, and it's all to do with the number of flags. I mean, you've got 3 red flags here that the blue side can capture, and there's 4 blue flags right here that the red side can capture, whereas like they were a lot more spread out up north, and it's very the closer to the spawns. It's very hard to win a decisive victory up north, but it's much easier to win a decisive victory down south. So the two sides kind of engage. We've got an early push with some Stosh troop, but the number of infantry that they're pushing into, there's no way they're going to make any ground whatsoever there. Grenadier gets surrendered as well, so yeah, Cadilakor losing some important early infantry engagements. Definitely hands Adler the opportunity to advance. Remember, he is on Vanguard income, and but Cadilakor does pick up this central compound as I expected. He's almost pushing 2 flags there. He does have a 1311 Panzer IIIN ordered in from Adler, and I think that's going to be enough to shore up the defence for the moment. There is an IG-18 there though, which could deal with that Panzer IIIN. It's going to be an interesting engagement between those 2 units there. A lot of smoke being popped by Adler, pushing forwards through the smoke with Flammenwerfers and Ersatztruppen. MG08s in the church tower and the buildings overlooking the river. So far, I don't think anyone's dealt a decisive blow, but down on the southern side, Adler looks in a lot better position than Cadilakor right now. Pushing forwards Ersatztruppen into the SPW 204, which seemed a bit odd. There's no anti-infantry, anti-tank weaponry on this infantry. He's reliant on the T-34s. They're currently being engaged on by the PaK 36 37mm. If turret stuck down on that northern T-34, the other one's transmission damage, so perhaps a support truck to fix those 2 up. I think it's unlikely. Most people won't fix up T-34s, but possible. It might be possible. I'm not even sure whether Adler has an early supply truck in his deck. Let's have a look. No, he doesn't. So we're not going to see a support truck until B phase at the earliest. Cadilakor finally pushing in Panzer Grenadiers to reinforce that position. More SPWs firing on the MG42s from Adler, who's making a little bit of an advance in the southern side. A couple of extra Ersatztruppen. Oh no, they're going into the central area. It's very much about this central area. Who can draw the biggest the biggest blow to the enemy? I'm not sure whether an infantry unit went down there, but the T-34 does get the kill on the SPW, relieves a little bit of pressure. In comes an ME-109 G2R1 taking shots at the IG-18. May well get the kill here, especially with the new dive bombing mechanic. Yeah, does get the kill there. I love that dive bombing mechanic. I really do, and it's really helped cement fighter bombers in the actual fighter bombing role. But I think prior to that dive mechanic, fighter bombers, it was... They never felt like actual fighter bombers, but now with the whole dive mechanic, it just looks fantastic. Gotta hand it to Eugen. Absolutely. That I mean, it's a very small touch, but those tiny little details, the dive from a fighter bomber just makes all the difference in the immersion for this game. That's what I feel anyway. The T-34 is going to have a decent time against those SPWs. There is a Panzerschreck in here, but Adler's using it very well right now, and Cadilakor is going to have to back off. He can't contest that T-34 at the moment. Perhaps if it pushes forwards, the Panzerschreck might be able to get a kill on it, but it's looking a little unlikely. Another ME-109 R1 coming in, going to hit the group of infantry down here. And actually, I think the focus was on the infantry leader. Does get the kill, knocks away the veterancy from Adler, but it does go down to the 3-star Flak 43 37mm. These units are just beasts when they're 3-star. They really are fantastic units. ME109 G2R1 from Adler coming in trying to strafe that pack 36-37mm. Doesn't get the kill. It's already used its bombs up. I'm not quite sure. Perhaps at this... No, I'm not quite sure what it was targeting previously, but does retreat to the rear. Perhaps may come in for another strafing run. Nope, being called away by Adler, and I think that's the right choice. It is much better to have those bombs. The bombs are much more effective than the strafing runs right now. Another one does come in to replace it though, and he's going after the IG-18s here. I'm not sure whether he can see it or whether he's giving it a ground target command, but let's see whether can we follow this in on the dive. Here it goes. Bombs away, and does pick up one of the kills there. So a little bit of a lack of AA on the side of Cadilakor, but this is a very tight game so far. 6 minutes in, 12-12. Neither side really looks to have dealt a significant blow. Ooh, look at that Wolframen. It's just so close to the front that the fire just threw me there for a second, right on top of those grenadiers. And yeah, wow, interesting choice of unit there. I wasn't expecting a Werframen to come in at this stage of the game, but actually I really like that decision. Oh, I think that was an IG-18 went down, and the Panther 3N actually now, along with the Erzatstruppen, should be able to pick up this area. Is that a Flak 43, a Flak Verling? Interesting choice. Yeah, because that Panther 3N should be able to deal with that Flatbren. Another 2 shots from the Werframen coming in. I think it's coming into this area. Yeah, no major hits, but definitely delaying Cadilakor, giving him something really to worry about. And he's using like 2 shots at a time and then switching fire. I really like this. So 2 shots out, stops the unit from firing another one, and yeah, slightly repositions, not really that much. Oh, does take care of the Pack 36 there, but he does really not have too many armor options. Cadilakor does look to be pushing forwards now, and unless we get some reinforcing infantry in, I think Adler might be in trouble. This SPW 204 has actually managed to get sight lines on the reinforcement road. It's forced Adler to unload his Stoss troop early, and they're going to have to hoof it another 1,000 meters over open ground to start engaging the Volksdeutscher. There is a Panzer IV H on the way though that should be able to easily deal with that SPW 204. There is an ME109 G2R1 just trying to protect his infantry in there, really trying to chip away at this infantry and win in the long run. But Cadilakor looks to be starting to push through the attack. There is a Flatbling here. It's a little bit further back. I'd have liked it up with the commandant, you know, maybe in this position, give it 3 stars, but it's too far back for me at the moment. The one in the centre hasn't yet unloaded. It is joined by the Flak 41. This was the unit that I thought he was originally going to bring in. I'm kind of surprised the Flatbling came in and not the Flak 41 88mm, because that can both counter against the air and against the Panzer 3N and even the infantry. But yeah, that Panzer 3N is going to be able to take shots at that Flatbling. I think it's actually firing. Oh no, it did fire at the Flatbling. I just missed the fall of shells there. So yeah, I mean, I think the Flak 41 is actually going to save the day here. But actually that Panzer 3N might be able to take out that Flatbling before the Flak 41 gets into position. Yes, it will do, and that's 110 points lost right there. Oh! The Pack 36 saves the day at the last minute. Wow, very interesting engagement up in that central area. Both sides actually looking to try and reinforce the northern and the central area of this map. Cadilakor has finally picked up the flag in the southern central side. It's still a 12-12 though. Adler has picked up this central flag. So who looks in the better position at this point? We've just moved into phase B. Adler's down to 120 points. Cadilakor has 180 points a minute right now. I think for me it's all or nothing for Cadilakor right here, right now. We're in B phase. He has a maximum income at his disposal. He has 600 points more than Adler in B phase. If he doesn't make substantial gains, he could struggle in C phase for sure. And I think so far 12-12, I think Adler's going to be the happier player of the two. The Grenadiers are pinned down, and if they're finished off, Adler will recapture the flag and pick himself up a 13-11 lead. Cadilakor looks a little bit weak on this southern side as well. The Worthrahmen firing another 2 shots. I think he's going for this southern flag. Yep. Is he going to be right on target? Oh, 4 men. Oh, this time he's a full barrage. So could we see an attack following? Big attack. I wouldn't be surprised after he sees the flag change hands that he pushes the rest of his units forwards, because he could really exploit that. At the moment, Cadilakor is very, very weak. In fact, he's very weak in the centre as well. Things have turned on a dime. I think Cadilakor has invested into this central area. I mean, look at the units that he's invested in. He's invested in a Pack 40, 60 points. He invested in the Flakfling, 110 points. He invested in the Flak 41, 120 points. I mean, what's that? 290 points in those 3 units. Whereas I think Adler has reinforced with much cheaper units, infantry, a couple of tanks, but mostly infantry and cheaper tanks, and that's allowed him, I think, to have more of a dominant force in the south, whereas Cadilakor are finally bringing in the cheaper infantry units to shore up the defence. Also, the Nebelwerfer 41 is onto the field. I have a feeling that's to counter the Worthrahmen 40, and the Opel Blitz munitions comes in to reload that unit. I am loving that Worthrahmen 40 right now. Adler using that unit just perfectly. Love it. Love it. Cadilakor has very weak controls here though. He's just got 1 Grenadier unit that's currently under fire holding this flag, and yeah, he's lost this southern flag. The Grenführer is actually on the front line. Units going in there, but they could get picked off. I think the 2 Stug 3Gs will be enough to hold off the Panzer IV. Yeah, it does trade 1 for 1 though, so advantage to Adler there. Advantage to Adler there. The T-34 joining the engagement, and if he can pick off that Stug 3G... Oh, there is a Jagdpanther heading on up the road now though, and advantage overall to that Jagdpanther. If Cadilakor can hold on with this Stug 3G, I think he'll be pretty pleased with this. There is a Pack 184 engaging as well though. Yeah, down goes the T-34, and can that Stug hold off against the Pack 184? It's going to be struggling to penetrate at that range. 75mm of penetration at just under 2,000 meters. Sorry, was it? Sorry, about 1,400 meters. Yeah, he's going to struggle to penetrate the thick hide of that Stug 3G. Thick at least to this Pack 184 anyway. Cadilakor has recaptured the central compound with the 2 Ersatztruppen. He does have some assets moving across the open ground as well, but it's going to be slow going up in that northern side. It's still a 12-12, and I think Adler's going to be pretty happy right now. Down goes the IG-18 to the dive of the ME-109 G2R1. Another anti-air unit coming in to support that Flak 43 37mm. Any kind of air attacks down into this southern side, I think, are just going to be stopped in their tracks once the second Flak 43 makes it onto the field. I think he could do with 1 unit, maybe, you know, back here, getting the veterancy increase from the Battery Führer. That could do him a good job as well. An attack onto the Pack 40 almost destroys it, but it does just survive. And the Flak 41 wasn't able to finish off the job. Another one coming into the central area, that will help out. And yeah, that could also help out against any armour cresting this hill. I think following the Pack 40 attack, Adler deciding to push up the Panzer 4H and the Panzer T-34, engaging off against the Stug, and the Stug's got the advantage here. It is going to be 2-on-1 for Adler, but who can win out the engagement? I think the Stug is going to get the Panzer T-34 kill, but I feel like the Panzer 4H might actually finish the Stug off. Yep, down goes the T-34. The Panzer 4H actually... yeah, backing off now, so Cadilakor definitely wins that engagement. Adler picks up that northern flag, and I feel like he's... well, sorry, southern central flag. It's not north at all, is it? I think he's looking in a very strong position. He's weathered a huge storm right now, and he's got himself very nice defensive positions. He is looking very strong right now. Jagdpanther into the centre. That's going to give Cadilakor actually a massive impetus in this central area. He's got some AA units already there to protect against attack from the skies. And if he just pushes forwards with infantry and reveals what's in place, I think actually Cadilakor could make some decent ground here. Oh, we're from an attack coming in. Oh, big kill down onto the Jagdpanther, down from that Wurfrahmen. And like we said at the very start, this deck has options to destroy those Jagdpanthers. Adler fully utilising that Wurfrahmen 40. Oh, in comes the Nebel 41. It's the counter attack, the counter battery. Will he pick up the kill? Just, oh, destroys the supply truck. Can he get the kill on the Wurfrahmen? I think it's just escaped. Just escaped. Very unfortunate, but at least Cadilakor does get the kill on the supply truck, so it's going to force Adler to invest in another one to resupply that Wurfrahmen. I think he was desperately unlucky not to get the kill. 13-11. Oh, down goes the Pak 40 to a SDKFZ 251/2. Cadilakor 12-12, 18 minutes into this game. Don't think he's going to be too happy with his B phase performance. The infantry has gone down here. He's going to need some more infantry to kind of reveal what's in front of his forces as he steadily moves forwards. Oh, this ME-109 might... I think he's going to be in trouble engaging that battery Fuhrer against two flak 43 37mm. It's going to go down. I don't even think the fighter's going to make it. Nope, the fighter didn't even make it in, and it wasn't even going for it. Oh my days, he spotted the Bayo Kubel off map. Oh, force back just before the flag 41 saved Cadilakor's off map there. I don't even think it's been used yet. Man, that was a big save from that flag 41 88mm. If that off map would have gone down, that would have been tragic. 170 points could have been lost there. Cadilakor finally moving it up, but I'm kind of surprised that he's moving it into the middle of the road there. I think he's going to get away with it. That could have been a massive kill. Adler just so unlucky not to get that kill there. I think he was trying to hit it with the mortars as well. Down comes the off map, and it's not perfectly placed. He's trying to pick up a few MG42s and reinforcing infantry coming up to the southern central side again. I think Adler has enough right now to deal with this. And Cadilakor is, I think he's struggling right now. A mortar coming in to defend against the ground pieces. The Jagdpanther moving a little bit further north. Yeah, I think he's trying to attack this northern flag. It's actually quite a good move, I think, from Cadilakor. I mean, he won't know that it's a very lightly defender, but if that Pak 184 goes down, there'll be nothing really to stop any armor pushing through. I mean, it can't even stop the Jagdpanther. Adler's, unless he invests something up there, he's going to be in some trouble. But we are now into C phase. The off map does come down into the southern side. Adler's definitely coped very well with that B phase aggression. Ooh, Nebelwerfer 41 strike coming in Trying to... I think he's trying to hit the battery fuel there. I think that's what the target is. Take away the veterancy on this northern side. Oh, it looks like ME-109 G2R1s came onto the battlefield. The mortar is striking down on that flak 41 88mm. Oh, might get on the back. Yeah, does destroy his enemy ME-109 there. But Cadilakor successfully pushed through on the north. Adler reinvests with Pioneers and Panzergrens on the way. I think Cadilakor can hold that as long as the Jagdpanther is here, along with supporting assets like the Flak Villing, the Pak 40 and the Flak 41 88mm. He can definitely hold that northern side at the moment. That's what it seems like, and it's a good call because down in the south he is in a bad spot right now. I think if Adler does push an attack through, he's going to be successful. It's interesting to see whether Cadilakor can hold on long enough, reinforce his southern areas, and I think he's going to need to focus on the north entirely. I really don't see him being able to push through this southern side. I guess he will not know that. Like, we have the benefit of seeing exactly how much equipment Adler has up down here in the south, and Cadilakor won't realise that there is a hell of a lot of stuff down here. Ooh, in comes the Ju-87D5. This is what's going to be needed to take on that Jagdpanther. The bombs are away. Doesn't get the kill. No, he does get the kill. He does get the kill. At the last minute, he does get the kill, and the JU might even get away here. Nope, does go down to the Flak 41 in response. So Adler has one more JU at his disposal. I'm pretty sure about that. Yeah, one more at his disposal. And I think we've seen one Jagdpanther go down. Yeah, so there should be two more Jagdpanthers, but one of them is on the field right now. So this, I think there was another one did go down here to the Werframen strike, didn't it? So yeah, two Jagdpanthers down. So this is the last Jagdpanther that Cadilakor has, and that's his big implement of destruction. You know, his vanguard unit, the unit that should be doing the job for Cadilakor, and right now Adler's dealt with a lot of it. Some smoke being thrown down to cover off, I believe it's to cover off the Pak 36 from the Panzer IV-H. That's the purpose of the smoke. It's not so much to cover the MG08, more the Pak 36 there. And I think with the destruction of the Jagdpanther in the centre ground, once Adler's invested enough infantry and he's slowly made his way through, I think he will be able to recover this position. Adler definitely looks in pole position right now. That Flak 41 does not seem to be firing. It took a long while to spot that Ju-87, and it does get the bombs off. Doesn't do a hell of a lot of damage. It was slightly suppressed, but I'm kind of surprised that Ju-87 actually made it as far as it did. Ooh. Where did that come from? That wasn't Cadilakor's off map, was it? What just happened down there on the south? Did Cadilakor just off map his own troops? That was very odd. That was very odd. I mean, it might have been the. It looked like that was an off map. It may have been the Werframen, but that looks really strange. I have no idea what just happened there. I think it actually may have been the Worth Ramen back here. I can't imagine Cadilakor somehow off-mapped his own troops. That would have been dire. That would have been absolute dire. But it looks like, I feel like Adler is going to recapture this northern position. And the Flak 41 has gone down, the Flak Billing's gone down, the Pack 40's gone down. There is another Jagdpanther down here. Wow, I thought he was... Oh, he's repositioned it, I think. I think he's fast moved that into the centre and repositioned it. At some point, surely at some point, Adler is going to push forwards on this southern side. And I think when he does, he's going to break through quite easily. I feel like this game right now is definitely in Adler's hands, and it's definitely Adler that's going to cause himself to lose this game if he does. HS-129 doesn't make it through to destroy that Panzer IV-H. And yeah, I'm a little confused what's happening right now. He's flown it all the way to the opponent's spawn, and it looks like he's now going to try and fly it all the way back again. I think he's just going to try and hope that the ME-109 can't take him down in a head-on pass, and he might be able to get away. If he can manage to get far enough away from this ME-109, he might be in with a shot here. But I feel like the ME-109 is going to get the kill. He's eventually going to get back on his tail. There is that Jagdpanther in the centre now, but the anti-air that was around here has gone down. He's finally going to catch up. And this burst should take him down. Yeah, does so. Down it goes, and the ME-109 is going to start engaging the head-on pass against the opposite number. Will Cadilakor engage with that unit, because he's going to lose it surely? He needs to back that off. Oh, it falls back. Adler should get the kill. Yeah, does so, and beautiful fly in there from Adler. Lovely double kill with this ME-109. Beautiful play, beautiful play. Stug 3G and a Jagdpanther in the centre, but there is a Pack 43 in here now. That can get the kills. Oh, and Ju-87s, yep, they're going to strike down at those two units. No AA on Cadilakor's side. Cadilakor has a 1311, but it is very loose. I think as soon as Adler commits to an attack in the southern side, he's going to roll over Cadilakor. There are some reinforcing Volksdeutscher, but I don't think Cadilakor has a great deal of unit numbers either. We're going to see some death from above any moment now. Oh, lovely. Did the Stug go down there? Yeah, the Stug went down, which was the main target for that attack. The Jagdpanther did survive, but the Pack 43 is ominously pushing forward. Ever so slowly, the four men trying to push it up to the front. Man, that thing must have weighed a ton. Another double ME-109 strike, this time coming in onto the Jagdpanzer, supported by Ju-87D5 and an ME-109 G2. Is that Jagdpanzer going to survive? 1, 2. And will this one be the final blow? It does have a 500 kilogram bomb in there, as well as 4 50 kilogram bombs. Let's watch this attack come in as he wings over, dives down, puts the attack siren on, but doesn't quite hit the target there. The Jagdpanther was actually retreating fast enough. The Panzer IV-H is desperately chasing. And once that Jagdpanther goes down, that's the last one that Cadilakor's got, so he's going to find it difficult to hold on to the central ground. Nebelwerfer 41 strike, he has used that unit fairly consistently, and both sides have used their rocket artillery fairly consistently. Adler hasn't really been using his Wolfram and 40s in the past sort of 10 minutes, but sometimes it takes the enemy sending some rocket artillery in to remind you, oh yeah, I've got that Wolfram and 40, why am I not using it? So maybe Adler will pick that one back up any moment. The Jagdpanther starts to move forwards again, but that Pack 43, like I say, is slowly catchy monkey. I have a feeling Adler is going to get the win now. He's holding this 12-12, and he's just kind of looking to exhaust Cadalakor's resources. And that's all he needs to do. He doesn't actually need to push now at all. This is what I was saying about the time limit in the previous game that we casted. This is probably a better representation here, because Adler doesn't need to push at all. He has the economic advantage. I think over time he will have worked out that he's killed more units of Cadalakor's than Cadalakor's killed of his. So he just kind of has to wait for Cadalakor to run out of units, and he'll win the game. There's no pressure on him whatsoever at this point in time. And if he gets a 13-11, we're probably going to see a minimum of 30 minutes. So that's why I'm talking about this time limit, you know, giving some impetus for Adler to attack. Because right now, if there was a time limit of 55 minutes, Adler would have 20 minutes before he would lose the game. So Cadilakor could still win the game at this point, but as it stands, because we've got no time limit, Cadilakor cannot win this game. There's no way he can win this game. He's just going to run out of stuff. And that's all that's going to happen. So it just puts a bit more pressure onto both players to kind of make sure they are attacking to win the game. I don't want to spoil the cast. I don't want to. I mean, Adler's done an absolute fantastic job. Big attack onto that flat 41. Can you remember what I was saying about it sometimes takes the enemy to use a rocket attack to remind you that you've got to work from, and that's exactly what happened. Another Nebelwerfer 41 strike coming in onto those Panzergrens, and an ME-109 strike, but I think he's going to lose out. Oh, I think the commandant went down. The commandant definitely went down somewhere in this game, probably to a Nebelwerfer strike actually. So he has lost the veterancy on those Flak 43s, but Adler's just doing exactly what he needs to do. He just needs to prevent Cadilakor getting another flag. That's all he has to do. And Cadilakor will pick up this flag here. It's 12-12. Oh, because Adler has forced through this attack in the south. But I'm pretty certain right now that Adler's won this game. The only way that Cadilakor is going to win this game is if Adler causes himself to lose. Yeah, Ju-87 strikes onto the infantry. And Adler's just going to sit back and decimate the enemy from the skies. The Pioneers are pushing forwards, finally reveal the last Panzergren in here. There's nothing further back as well, so Adler could continue this attack. 15-9 for Adler. The combination of taking this flag here, taking the southern flag and the northern flag gives him a 15-9, 13 minutes on the clock, and there's no way back for Cadilakor at this point. Yep, there it is, the surrender. The surrender comes in. He realises it. He understands. There was no way back for him there. 34 minutes. A fantastic game. An absolute fantastic game. The action in the first 20 minutes of that game was beautiful. Beautiful to watch. I mean, Adler with those ME-109s, he did establish control of the skies, but it certainly wasn't that finished Cadilakor off. I think Cadilakor had a very Maverick focused deck, and I think they were pretty evenly matched players actually. This time Adler managed to get the victory. Congratulations to him, 4,000 kills to 2,000 losses, just completely over time ground down Cadilakor's units. So let's have a look at the kills for Adler. The MG42 actually did a beautiful job there, really did do a fantastic job. I'm interested to see the Werframen and the kills that that thing got. One pack 36, it did get the Jagdpanther kill and then another few infantry kills, but I'm sure it took down a lot of the strength from other infantry units as well, allowing Adler's own infantry to finish them off much easier. That constant Werframen use was fantastic. And yeah, I think just the combined forces that he had over time just kept establishing kind of dominance with his forces. So, you know, Cadilakor 2,000 points behind. Adler just had so much on the ground by that point. Right, we're going to leave it there. Thanks very much for watching. Very much appreciated. Hit me that like button, hit me the subscribe if you're not subscribed so you don't miss any more games. Drop down any thoughts in the comments below. Jump into the description, head into my Discord to continue the chats there, and join me on Twitch as well. And if you want to support me, help me make these videos, it does cost some money. I've not made any money from doing any of this. Yeah, hit me up on Patreon as well. The link's in the description. Very much appreciate all the guys that have supported me so far, and on Patreon and on Twitch as well. It's been invaluable. I just appreciate it so much. It's helped me weather the burden of the costs of producing these videos, but I love doing it. I think you know that as well. I really love making these videos, and hopefully you love watching them too. Thanks very much, guys. I am Angry Bird. I will see you next time.